The raising of the Mary Rose was a great national occasion and the culmination of more than 15 years of intensive effort.
My memory of the day that we actually raised the Mary Rose, I remember we were all really, really, really tired.
I think we worked 24 hours a day for 5 days with an hour of sleep in between dives, basically.
And on top of that, it was drizzling. It was, this fine drizzle, and it was just, and I was taking photographs, and it was just a complete nightmare, really. And we had these hundreds of boats. But they'd been there for 48 hours. They'd all been sitting around waiting for us to lift the ship. We were supposed to be lifting it the day before, but we couldn't for various technical reasons. We had a few problems. The ship did actually sort of come out a little bit about 24 hours before, but not many people know that. But certainly didn't get lifted. So when it actually came to the big day, it was this fine drizzle and actually it was quite miserable. But we had this kind of adrenaline that was just carrying us through. And I wasn't really involved in the lift per se. I was just kind of an onlooker, but I was on board Sleipner, so I was quite lucky to get a kind of one of the best seats in the house, I suppose. And I think I was probably juggling a little bit between there and Togmore taking pictures. And then I remember Margaret Rule standing in front of me and one or two other people, and she was being interviewed by television. As the ship came up, she said those memorable words.
Well, she was ours when she was down there, now she belongs to everybody. But look at those deck beams. I mean, that's a damn strong ship, isn't it?
That was just a profound moment. I mean, it was an incredible thing to witness.
In the evening, after the lift, the Mary Rose came back to Portsmouth, where she was built.
It was so emotional. It was absolutely hair-raising. I cried. I had thought that the outside broadcast was over. I was exhausted. I was at the end of my tether, physically and mentally. But the ship was up, the outside broadcast had worked okay, and we were on the way back with the ship safely on board that barge.
I was part of the team that was on the last boat coming back in before the Mary Rose came in, and she was on her barge by now. Must have been 9 o'clock. I'd got no idea. It was dark, but it was November, October, so it was probably 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening.
I don't know how I felt at that moment. I can't remember, but we took the butcher's boat or the boat back to shore.
And the Mary Rose was being brought on a barge, being tugged in behind us, and she was probably a mile or two behind us.
And the biggest surprise for me, when I perhaps realised the importance of what had just happened, was important to other people beyond our team that lived in this little bubble.
All the harbour walls, all the castle walls, all the Tudor walls were uneven, which is odd because they were level. They're normally level, but they were all bumpy and uneven.
And lining the whole of the beaches and walls at Portsmouth as we came in were thousands of people. Not a few hundred, but thousands of people. And it was an overwhelming moment.
I was just absolutely shocked at how many people had turned out.
And they were yelling and cheering and everything, and we felt like kings coming in.
And it was late at night when we came ashore.
The boat took us round into the Canberra dock, and we all got off and we all ran to the Still and West pub, which overlooks the harbour entrance, and we all got up there and we managed to get a drink from somewhere. I think the drinks were probably on the house. Some people were wearing dry suits, half opened and stuff like that, and we were a motley crew, really. And we sat there and watched the ship come in with these tugs, pumping pumping water into the air like they're fire pumps, and it was just a magical experience. It was extraordinary.
And that's what I think for me, that's probably the penny drop moment of we've done something a bit different.